Hi guys, it's Rachel. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. Today I am giving you swatches and a full breakdown of my dream fall palette. If you're new to my channel, I am doing a series seasonally, so every 3 months, spring, summer, fall, winter, of a 24 pan sized palette inspired by that season that is like my dream palette for that season. And this palette was inspired by two palettes, the Colourpop and That Girl ShayXO palette that Girl ShayXO curated, which I will insert a picture right here. I actually already purchased that palette and had all of the singles from it, and I thought the color store was very fall to me, and I was really inspired by it, but I wanted to switch it up and make it my own. So when I saw this palette, which is I think the Vintage Rose from Give Me Glow, I thought that I would take inspiration from that to make the That Girl ShayXO, those deep fall jewel tones, my own. So this is what we have here. These are all Colourpop shades this time. I know I have been mixing brands previously, but Colourpop is just what I have the most of, and I just didn't have a lot of money to invest. So there is my dream fall palette, and we're going to start swatching row by row. I like to do my palettes where I have the shimmers and then the mattes, and I go from lightest to darkest in each section. So there are 2 rows of shimmers, 2 rows of mattes, going from lightest to darkest in each section. There are also 2 pressed glitters in this palette. If all of these shades are still available, or whatever shades are still available, I will have linked in the description box if you are interested or wanted to check out any of these shades. And yeah, let's get started. So the first one is On the Fence, which is this light pink shimmer, and I wanted to do like another preen palette, but this time pink and green instead of purple and green, and I was really inspired by that Vintage Rose palette with the pink and green, and I thought I could make it more darker and jewel tone and fall, but definitely for something with a lot of pink tones for the inner corner highlight, I wanted something icy and pink, and this is perfect. The next shade is On a Whimsy, which is this bright silver. This one is so pretty and metallic, and just applied with your finger is so crazy intense. I love this shade. I wanted more cool tones in this fall palette versus warm tones like a lot of fall palettes have, so that's why I threw in some silvers instead of throwing in some golds. The next shade is Snake Eyes, and it is like a pinky taupe color. Snake Eyes is one of my favorite everyday colors to just throw on the lid and blend out. It is so beautiful and looks so like natural but done up, if you know what I mean. It's one of those colors. Next is the Pressed Glitter Indio, which is like a cool pinky glitter with like holographic reflex in it. And this swatch will not be nearly as good. I will try my best, but these glitters, you know, pretty much stay in the one spot you put them in, but when it's swatched you can see those holographic glitters a lot more, and these glitters adhere really well. I'm wearing them on my eyes right now with no glitter glue. Next is the Pressed Glitter Fire, which is a bright green glitter. It also has different variations of green within the glitter and is more of a fine glitter, whereas this is a little bit more chunky. I'm gonna do my best to build this up so you can see that it's such a beautiful glitter. Look at that. The last shade in the first row is Thank You Next, and this is like either a duochrome or a multi-chrome, I can't tell. It's mostly like a red burgundy base, but there's like a purple and a gold flash to it. It's really unique and really cool. I actually wore this shadow all over my lid in my lip stories lip swatching video, so if you were curious what I had on the lid, it was this one, and it's so cool. I love Thank You Next. So this is the first row of shimmers, and I'm just gonna leave that here and do the second row of shimmers down here. The first one in the second row is Glass Full, which is like a blue-brown color. This is a classic color that a lot of brands have done, this blue-brown, but it's really, really flattering in this cooler toned palette. Next is Sideline, which is this dirty green color. Sideline is like a green-red duochrome actually, now that I'm looking at it, and it is so cool, and I can't wait to use it in a look. Next we have Mr. Sandman, which is kind of like Snake Eyes, but it has glitter in it, and it's a little bit deeper than Snake Eyes. So there's definitely chunks of glitter in there for Mr. Sandman. But as you can see, it's very similar to Snake Eyes up here. It's just a little bit deeper. Next we have Pinky Promise, which, ooh, almost dropped it. It's like a burgundy metallic. It's super beautiful. It's one of those really intense metallics that you wouldn't need to wet because it'd be so metallic right off the bat, and it really is a nice deep burgundy color. Next is the shade Wishful Winking. This is like a green with shifts of, I don't know, it's a very shifty color. It's very beautiful. I have it on this area of my eye today, and I am so happy with it. It is such a beautiful, like, deep emeraldy and red and like so many colors to it, and that is it right there. The last shimmer is Goody Two Shoes, and it is like this gunmetal silver gray color, and I did, since I had the light silver, want to have a deeper silvery gray color, so that's why I included this one. And it's so yummy. I just want it all over my eyes right now. I want all of these. These are such pretty shimmers. These are all of the shimmers in my Dream Fall palette. Next, I'm going to do the mattes on this arm. That way I can show you when it's completely done. So the first matte is Wake Up Call, which it looks like a light peachy brown color, but it comes off as more of a rosy tone, I think, on my skin at least, and it's super, super beautiful. It's really great for blending things out, for transitioning. I love it so much. Then we have Keep Scrolling, this bright, bright green right here. This one is definitely a color that, to get full payoff, you want to pack it on versus just straight up fluff and blend it out. Let me build it up a little bit. So I don't know if you can see, but it's very, very bright. I do have it on the inner part of my crease today. I think it's a really nice like neon color, and it's a fun pop of brightness to such a dark palette. The next color is Bel Air, which is like a neutral brownie transitional tone, but I feel like for me, I like that in almost every palette because those kinds of tones make sure that I can do like a quick everyday look with the palette, and this palette is definitely capable of bright fun looks and quick everyday looks. So there is that one. Next we have Poodle, which is this more medium pinky tone. This one I thought would be really nice if I wanted to do a look that was more rosy based for a transitional color. It does come off a bit brighter on my skin than it looks in the pan, but I still think it's a really good asset to this palette. The next color is a staple for me that I've had in multiple palettes. It is Take the Lead from Colourpop. It is basically a gray transitional color. I would call it like a taupey color, but I think Colourpop on their website calls it a gray, and it's definitely really good for cooling down a look. The last color in the first row of mattes is Seize the Day, this slightly deeper pink tone right here. And again, to get a rosy look, I wanted to have a variety of depths in a rosy shade, so that's why that's in here. Because as you can see, compared to Poodle, it's quite a bit deeper. The first one in the final row is Pretty Cruel, this mauve tone with glitter. Because this glitter does not show up on the eye, I use it as a matte shade versus a shimmer shade. And I think a lot of times glitters like these just help the mattes to blend easier. But this is if you wanted it to be more mauve-y instead of pinky, you have that option in there. And I really like the shade Pretty Cruel. Next we have Cute Alert, which is basically the same color but deeper. So if we wanted to do a mauve look and deepen it up, this would come in handy. And I think all these masks are so creamy and blendable, and it's nice to have a variation in depth and tone. For a deeper green, I chose Teen Captain. It is my favorite green from Colourpop. It is a matte dark olive color, and I think that this is one of my favorite green shadows that I've ever owned. It is so nice, and my camera overheated, so I'm not sure what I was saying about this one, but I really like it. We have 3 more shades to get through. Next is Going Steady, which is a really deep pinky, rosy, purpley tone. And this one is a bit more like sheer and buildable. When you blend it out, you see it really sheared out. So it's nice with deeper shades like these because you can't go overboard and too dark right away. But if you're looking for something super intense and pigmented in this shade right off the bat, this is not for you. Next, we have Cloud 9, which is just a deep, dark, yummy brown color. If I want to keep a look more neutral and add like a chocolatey liner or anything like that, this is the color I will reach for. Again, it is more buildable, less intense right off the bat, but a beautiful deep brown. The final one is a black, which is Let's Do It. Blacks are essential to me in deepening up and getting like a smoky, grungy look, so it was necessary in this palette, and these are all of the shades in my Dream Fall palette. That completes this video. What do you guys think of the color story I created? Is it your kind of Dream Fall palette, or if not, what is your kind of Dream Fall palette? I super love this. I have been using it like crazy. I cannot put this down. I want to reach for other palettes, but I have been reaching for this. I can't wait for the finale of this series with a winter palette to see what I come up with, because right now I have no ideas. So I'm really excited to see what I come up with, you know, like December, November time for winter. But let me know your thoughts on this palette in the comments down below and what you would do for a fall palette. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you've not already, and I will see you next time. Bye!